Greetings. Okay. Lips all. Greetings. So this is not my normal. I don't have a normal time on here yet. We still trying to figure it out for just basic Q&A. I've been getting a lot of questions about inflammation. What is the best thing for you to do for inflammation? So besides changing your diet, let me please and reiterate that changing your diet is going to be one of the key things that's going to help. Number one, eliminate mucus out of your system. But number two, is going to help get the inflammation to come down. And what is disease? Any type of disease that you can think of is stemming from either mucus or inflammation. I don't care what you name. We can always trace it back to one or the other. One, inflammation, or mucus, and they all work hand in hand. So what are the herbs that you can really get into besides changing your diet? Burdock root is a very good herbal remedy. Whether you are using the root itself, sorry y'all, I'm trying to burn some Palo Santo. Whether you are using the root itself and you are making a tea with it, or you're getting the powder, you can take the powder, you can sprinkle it on your food, you can cook with it, you can use it as seasoning, because that's what herbs were really about. You were supposed to be using these healing herbs while you are cooking, while you are seasoning your food, in order to keep your body healthy, in order to help it maintain a certain type of function on a regular basis. So burdock root is going to be one of your super herbs that it not only cleanses the system, so it specifically cleanses your blood system. It also actually adds minerals. It adds nutrients that your body need. There are many benefits besides it being like good for cancer, fighting cancer. It's good for fighting like fungal diseases, specifically skin diseases. So if you have an acne problems, or if you have like eczema, normally that's something that a lot of people are talking about recently. Like you got eczema, burdock root. Okay, and then there's some things that you can do topical. But I always say you got to start inward. I don't care what disease you're working with, what dynamic we're talking about. It still starts with what environment are we creating. Okay, the only way we can heal any disease or ailment that you may have or that is starting up, it starts with, we got to go inward. We got to start from the foundation, and it is going to require a certain amount of time. So like even for me, like if you come to me and say, oh, I want to come to you for a consult. Okay, I'm going to make you commit to at least 6 months. I really don't even like, I have a 3-month program, but I don't even like for people to do the 3-month. I prefer for you to commit to 6 months, because it takes how many days? It takes at least a month to establish a new habit. Okay, to at least get into the routine where now, okay, this is a part of my routine. I'm used to doing this every day. It takes 90 days for this really to become a part of your life. So in order for us to shift something that you've been doing possibly for 10, 15, 20 years for some of us, that means that I have to have a real commitment in order for your body to reestablish a certain dynamic. And we have to like strip you all the way down. That means you're going to have to do some detoxing. You have to do some fasting. You have to do some eliminating a lot of stuff that you probably love out your system. And once we eliminate all of those dynamics out your system, we're going to start doing the cleansing process. So that means that I'm going to incorporate stuff like burdock root, or stuff that is like sarsaparilla or dandelion, or whatever it is that I feel like is specific for your ailment. And then we're going to build it back up with your foods. So a real quick way, I'm going to share this tip with y'all and I'm going to get off of here. Unless y'all got some questions. A real quick way for you to kind of get into a really good habit to like get your body back recalibrated, because your body has the power and the ability to re-heal, okay, regenerate. So the only thing you really need to do is start doing maybe an intermediate fasting. That means you wouldn't eat anything after 7 p.m. all the way until 12 o'clock the next day. Okay, you got me? 7 p.m. all the way to 12 o'clock the next day. Now, At 12 o'clock, that does not mean, peace, beloved, greetings everyone that's coming in. That does not mean that you just gonna start eating everything. It doesn't mean that you have a go pass to just eat whatever you want. Now, when 12 o'clock hits, you're gonna start eating fruit, preferably alkaline fruit. You're going to drink your water. You can drink water when you wake up in the morning, because I suggest that anyway. You should be, the first thing you should be reaching for is a bottle of water, a glass of water, whatever the case may be. Drink your water. You can do a little bit of herbal teas in the morning. But when you actually put like actual food in your system, it should be fruit. Why fruit? Okay. Why are we breaking our fast, our morning fast? Why would we break fast with fruit? Fruit is going to build your energy. It's going to re-energize you, recharge you. So the fruit is there to build the energy in your body. What's the next thing I want to do? Your next meal should have vegetables. So it should be like a salad or something that's got like a mixed vegetables. For me, I always either do a nice kale salad, okay? A nice great spinach salad, whatever I'm feeling like I want to eat. It depends. Or I always have like a mixed vegetable thing that I just mix up with like some olive oil, okay, and some seasoning. So I'll have like I said, I might put a little bit of burdock root on it. I might put some other seasonings as well, like basil, all of that. But I always mix that up, and I'm going to eat that. Yes, only break fast with fruits. Don't eat the other stuff, because there's certain combination that for whatever reason we've been taught. And I know it's probably from a culinary perspective, but those food, they don't go together, and it's going to be harder for your body to digest it. The fruit is not going to get, you're not going to get the full benefit. Okay. So you want to just do fruit. For me, my biggest go-to is like a seeded watermelon. I always do like watermelon in the morning. Somebody asked me what was the hours again. So you would stop, like if it was today, in about 30 minutes, you wouldn't be able to eat nothing else. You can still drink water and you can do herbal teas, but you will only be able to do that after 7 p.m. And you can push it to 8. 8 is the latest that I would go, because you want to give your body at least 2 to 3 hours in between of not eating before you would have to go to bed. Okay? So you want to take from 7 p.m. all the way till 12 the next day. 7 p.m. That way your body is fasting. It's going to create this whole system that's going to allow itself to rejuvenate, recharge, detox. Your detoxing hours. And honestly, the biggest time, especially if you're doing like that your body will actually start detoxing, it's between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. So imagine, a lot of times that's when our body has the most optimal time to detox. This is when we're putting food in our body. It's not good. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. What kind of water do I suggest? Ooh, that's a deep one. I'm going to do an actual video. I actually feel like you should mix it up. Okay. I really honestly feel like you should mix it up. I love alkaline water, but I do feel like too much alkaline water is not good. Okay. And I'll do a video and we'll break that down, the whole science behind the water. So alkaline water, I mix mine up. I have alkaline water, I do distilled water, and I do spring water. So that's what my mixture normally is. You definitely need to at least be drinking a gallon of water a day, or at least half of your body weight. Whoever you are, half your body weight, or at least a gallon. Yeah, alkaline water, it can be very, depending on the pH level. A lot of times I hate saying this, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, this has become a trend to be healthy, to do the natural food thing, to do the vegan thing. It's trending now. And because it's trending, it's become one of the highest money markets there is. Okay? So you got to pay attention. Do the research. I always say experiment on yourself. Remember when everybody jumped on the coconut oil bandwagon and it was like, oh, coconut oil, you can use that on everything. And everybody was super excited about coconut oil. Remember that? Coconut oil is interesting. All right. That coconut oil can be really harsh on your body. You said, yes, I am vegan. I'm actually more probably 90% raw right now. I'm vegan, and I don't even like to use the word vegan. I don't even like to be put in a box. I just say I eat to live. I do what's best for me. What's best for my body. But yeah, going back to the coconut oil, I remember like everybody was on that and I was like, coconut oil don't do good on me. Like it was drying me out. The only thing I use coconut oil on is like to do oil pulling and maybe to mix in with some of my oils for my skin. And that's only if I'm striving to do something specific. So I'll normally mix it with other carrier oils. But that's it. The other thing, let me go back to the fasting. Y'all know I go all the way left. Fasting. After you start, when you break your fast, make sure you break it with fruit. Okay? Make sure you break it with fruit. You want to sustain your energy. While we're going to vegetables second, it's because it sustains energy. Okay? The vegetables are going to help you maintain your energy. All right? And then your grains should be a little later or in between, okay, after. Like, and when I say grains, I'm talking about quinoa, stuff like that. Especially if you're somebody who, like for me, when I'm doing like all raw vegetables and I'm doing strict vegan, I drop weight real quick. And for me, I don't like being frail. That's just my personal opinion. I don't like looking like I'm frail, like you can blow me over with the wind. I don't like that. So I started adding, somebody asked me about avocado. I started adding like, I do a 21 grain bread with avocado on it. And I throw me some Cajun seasoning. Like I got my own little hookup that I do. And then I add quinoa in the evening. So it can give me a little bit of weight to my meals. And I can feel full. So you also have to study how to balance out your plate. You got so many like fruits and vegetables that can honestly add some weight into your meal, because a lot of times when you switch your lifestyle specifically to vegan or vegetarian, you end up being real hungry and you feel like you starving. Don't do that. Research. Figure out what specifically your body is going to need, your weight. You almost want to go to a trainer so you can figure out how many calories you need to maintain a certain weight. That's a good, quick way for you to do it. I would suggest, All Warrior Fitness page, I think it's All Warrior Fitness page. Go inbox him, DM him. He can kind of tell you like, okay, if you're doing a plant-based diet, you need to have this many calories. Like for me, my calorie intake to maintain the weight that I'm at now, I think it's 2,400. And that's a lot. Like I was struggling for a minute and I had to start adding back in avocado. I had to add back in the quinoa. Like I got to do certain stuff in order to keep my weight up, as they say. All right. Hold on. Somebody is asking a question. Oh, thank you. Not a question. All right. So the only thing that I really can say is like really research this before you jump in. It's going to be a lot of messages. It's going to be a lot of different dynamics. You have to decide what's best for you. Specifically right now, because, you know, a lot of people jumping on the Dr. Sebi tip, and there's a lot more than what is being shared with you from his perspective. And there was a reason why he was doing certain things a certain way. So I just highly suggest that you research, figure out what is going to be best for you, what is going to keep you balanced, what is going to keep you healthy. Study your blood type, study your sign. I did pull some books, like I pulled one up. So this is the one that I suggested yesterday when I was on live, but it didn't save. Holistic Self-Diagnosis. All these books, Dr. Africa, excuse me, has a bundle that I think is still $160. I'm not sure, but you get like 10 books in that bundle. This one, it's about 600 pages, but it has like a million charts. It has like how to take your sign in consideration, the conjunctions of certain planets. When I tell you, I use this theory and I use this method. I don't even want to say theory. I use this method with most of my clients, and it's very, very, very official. Okay, it's proficient at anything that I'm looking at. It's crazy how accurate it is when you really are paying attention and pulling all the pieces together. But it's a lot of charts, so it's not like 600 pages worth of reading. It is a textbook, so it really teaches you from a different perspective. There's plenty of videos online that and you could take one of his classes, so I do feel like that's a good go-to. The other book that I in particular love is African Holistic Health. I just feel like it approaches health from a different perspective. There's a chart, Peace Beloved, that's in the back of this particular book that actually breaks down the alkalinity of each vegetable and fruit, which is really important. It breaks down different ailments, what herbs you would need to take, what foods you should probably eat. These are better, so let me be clear, these books are better for melanated people, people of African descent, okay? Because this is based off of what our body needs because it's different, all right? It's based off of what our body needs because we are different. We have been told for many years that when we are basing our health off of other nationalities, you cannot do that. We produce way more melanin than any other nationality, okay? We are the highest. Is it froze? Y'all let me know. Am I froze? Let me see. Let me see. I ain't got my Wi-Fi on either. We good? I'm gonna assume we good. Hopefully it pops back on. We produce the highest amount of melanin, and because we produce the highest amount of melanin, we have different dynamics. That's just one of the reasons we got different dynamics, okay? Those two books come up. He gives you a health dictionary. It actually it'll break down like the calcium, like different herbs, different vitamins, what they're good for. Okay. Thank you, beloved. You Puerto Rican, you got melanin in you, so you need this book too. You need this book too. You still got melanin in you. When I say different nationalities, I mean people who don't have melanin. Okay. Okay. Pills for Ills is really a good book because you can take, like, I do this for a lot of my clients that come to me with like diabetes, high blood pressure, stuff like that. I will break down what the pill actually does, how long I need to do whatever thing that I'm doing to get them, if they, because sometimes, especially with the elders, they don't want to stop taking the medication. Okay. So you kind of got to ease them into whatever ritual or program that you're going to have them on. So you get this, you get this, you get this, this, and like several other books in like, Nutricide. Okay. You get a lot of books in that bundle. But the other thing I would suggest is also using other modalities for healing. So that's what I kind of like specialize in. Outside of, I'm going to give you the nutritional aspect and what you should be doing. Okay. I'm going to also tell you, like, you need to get these crystals, like understand what crystals do, because these are just fossilized plants. They carry and vibrate a certain frequency. Okay. This, it will break down a lot of different dynamics. It's really small. It's a quick read. It'll tell you like what crystal you can use, what it is, what spiritual connection it has. It also tells you what mental connection it has, biological, like for the body, what it helps with. It's a great little quick guide. This one is actually on the other website, She Is Magic. I might add this to the Healing Chamber as well. And then this book as well. It's a really good quick guide. It'll tell you the crystal. It'll tell you the healing properties. All of that. Singing bowls, tuning forks. There's so many different modalities that you can use to heal your body. You just got to get into knowing exactly what you need. And I feel like if you don't get any other book, get this one. If you can't, like, say, oh, I don't have $160 to do a bundle, go ahead and get this. Because this one is going to break down so much information. And even if it's just as simple as you're going to, you're a Leo, and then like there's a certain instrument that resonate with us better, and that's better for our healing. It also breaks down what like sound that you should be listening to in order to heal certain parts of your body, what colors you should be, putting around you or surrounding yourself with. There's so many different dynamics that I feel like we don't fully utilize because we are so used to one size fit all medicine. And you don't never know what will really work for you, but I do suggest that you try everything. All right. Okay, I think I got all of that out in one long breath. Did I miss any question? Okay, where can you find these books? These books, in particular, all my Dr. Afrika books are on his website. It is LaylaAfrica.com. I don't know if somebody can put that in. LaylaAfrica.com. LaylaAfrica.com. Let me see if it'll let me do it and I can pin it. Did I do that right? All right. Let me make sure I typed that in there right. Okay. You don't have this H in there. Hopefully that's right. And I'll pin this at the bottom so y'all can get that. I'm hoping this is right. Yeah. So the website that's pinned at the bottom is the website that you can go and check out some of these books. Really amazing, very informative. I think it would do a lot for you, depending on what it is that you're trying to work on. Once again, going back to inflammation, start with really eliminating the foods that are creating mucus and inflammation. A lot of times that's your meat, that's your dairy products, that's your breads, your sugars, white rice, white potatoes. All of that stuff got to be cleansed out of your system. And then go into like your herbs. So your herbs would be burdock root and things of that nature. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to try to create a time frame where I know that I'll come on here a little more regular so I can break down. I do want to get into certain powders. So what's today? Tomorrow, I'll make sure I check in probably close to the same time. And I'll bring on burdock root, dandelion root, and another one. I got to think of a third one, mullein leaf. And that way I can show you how to prepare these in either your foods or your drinks or your smoothies. And then that way you won't have as many questions as sometimes I know y'all have. And I try to get on here as much as possible, but it's a little hard because I do a lot. All right. I love you. I will that y'all have a successful evening. I will talk to you later. Peace.